National Relief Charities was created nearly 25 years ago to help address the widespread poverty on American Indian reservations. Many reservation communities are isolated and unfortunately forgotten by other Americans. Stores are often 1 to 3 hours away, and transportation is often unavailable. Meeting basic needs like nutrition, health care, and education is a challenge. Unemployment ranges from 35 to 85%, and income is half of the national average. Healthcare is also inadequate, while rates of diabetes, heart disease, and suicide are disproportionately high, and the high school dropout rate ranges from 30 to 70%. Native Americans are 5 times more likely to be homeless than other Americans. NRC exists because we find these conditions unacceptable. There are certainly positives on the reservations: resourcefulness, a strong sense of family and culture. Yet, as some of our Native partners say, every day on the reservation is a struggle for survival. Our mission is to help Native American people improve quality of life by creating opportunities for them to bring about positive change in reservation communities. We want to improve conditions for today and ensure a brighter future by partnering with reservation programs for long-term change. NRC's vision is strong, self-sufficient American Indian communities. We address immediate needs for the most underserved minority group in the U.S. while helping reservation communities build effective, long-term solutions. We have 4 current objectives. First, to provide our reservation partners with the material goods and services they need to bring about positive change in their communities. For example, with children's books and incentives from NRC, a partner can set up a literacy program that encourages reading and improves reading skills and academic performance. Without these goods, the partner would struggle to have a program. Second, to provide training to our partners. Our wide range of training services helps them become more effective. Third, to support the educational goals of students and colleges in Indian country through scholarships and retention support. Education is one key to long-term sustainable change for Native people. And fourth, to improve the results of programs in Indian country by increasing collaboration between groups working on the same social issues. When we look ahead to the next 10 years, we'll continue to see progress on these objectives and move toward our vision, working through one partnership at a time. NRC has invested in 4 leverage points that make us successful. A strong network of over 1,000 reservation partners who are leaders and catalysts for change in Indian country. A program model that's based on sound logic, partner input, and results. We listen to our reservation partners and let their feedback influence our programs. An understanding and approach that's time-tested and effective in American Indian communities, and a strong infrastructure and support system, including strategically located distribution centers that give us reach to 75 reservations, a professional network to collaborate with for greater impact, including the American Red Cross, FEMA, and food banks, and a staff that is passionate about making a difference for Native Americans. This combination of leverage points makes NRC unique among Native-serving charities and a strategic investment for donors who care about positive change for Indian country. We are really good at what we do, and several factors make us effective. We understand the history of Indian country and how the current issues were created. Our approach to services takes this history into account. We maintain long-term relationships with our partners and empower them to be change agents in their communities. We provide a consistent, quality service and expect gains for them when a project completes on the reservation. We involve the people being served in the delivery of the service. The goods we provide are a hand up, not a handout. People are more invested when earning, learning, or volunteering is a part of community projects. We listen to our partners and monitor our results. This helps us make adjustments to services as needed. If it wasn't for NRC, we really believe that services in Indian country would not be as effective. At NRC, we're very committed to results. We understand the importance of demonstrating that our efforts are bringing about positive change in reservation communities. We look to quantitative and qualitative data to understand our impact. Our results depend on impacting the effectiveness of our partners' work. 92% of them believe that NRC has helped to a great extent to provide higher quality services to their communities. We also keep data to help us gauge the success of our direct services. With our scholarships, over 95% of the students we select complete the academic year for which they're awarded. This is an unprecedented result for a scholarship program like ours. We spend a great deal of time on the reservations and see firsthand the impact of our projects. One Montana community with a high poverty rate and a rising food demand was able to open a local food bank through NRC's assistance with training, food, and resource development. The students at one elementary school have improved their standardized reading scores by several points. They credit the NRC Literacy Service for these results. We're very encouraged by this. Many people don't know that National Relief Charities is one of the largest Native American serving charities, or that we provide life-enhancing services year-round for over 300,000 people who might otherwise be forgotten. For our staff, this isn't a job, it's a calling. But the most common misconceptions we encounter aren't about us, but about the Indian people. For instance, many believe that the Indian people are taken care of by the treaties and the government. But in reality, Native Americans receive disproportionately lower funding than the general population for all federal programs and services. Government housing is considered substandard. The average home value on the reservation is $15,000. Native Americans don't go to college for free. They pay like all other Americans. The government offers food commodities on some reservations, but these are not adequate in quality or quantity. And finally, Native Americans don't receive a government check every month. These realities, combined with limited jobs and opportunities, underscore the need for our support. NRC's greatest accomplishment is empowering and developing community leaders who are in the best position to create long-term change for Indian country. We have over 1,000 program partners, and over 90% of them say they're better able to serve their people because of working with NRC. That's a lot more people who are more effective at creating change. This moves us toward our vision. Other major accomplishments include providing a range of support for long-term solutions like scholarships and grants, home improvement services, and formal collaboration with communities tackling pressing problems. We've also succeeded in providing our partners material goods they can use to enhance their services. Partners often use our materials to motivate participation and retention in diabetes screenings, nutrition education, parenting, and other social programs. One historical challenge is that most Americans are unaware of the true need in Indian country. People are unaware of the day-to-day hardships such as contaminated water or lack of electricity, internet, telephones, and transportation. The public believes that government and casinos take care of the Indian people. Reservation communities and the people who live there are out of sight, out of mind. If more people knew about the needs, we believe more people would care. Another challenge is that less than 1% of charitable dollars go to support Native American causes and concerns. The amount of urban funding is quite large compared to funding for the rural poor. These people, especially those on American Indian reservations, are often overlooked by donors. With additional funding, NRC would focus on 4 priorities. First, maintaining infrastructure to distribute goods to our partners. We distribute over 5 million pounds of goods and drive almost 350,000 miles for deliveries each year. With fuel and commodities prices rising, it's a stretch to fund these services. With a $30 million endowment, we could generate annual income to offset these costs. Second, inspiring more Native American youth to recognize that post-secondary education is an option for them. With $185,000, NRC could address the barriers with students and increase the college-going and graduation rates. Third, increasing emergency funding and resource development for colleges working to increase retention and graduation of Native students. We have a strong track record in this area. With $120,000, we could increase services 35%. And finally, starting projects delayed by resource constraints. Our partners approached us to manage these projects programmatically and financially because they lack the skill to ensure best results, such as farmers markets to address food insecurity and nutrition, job training projects that use sustainable building materials to improve housing, and culturally relevant health education curriculum that stands the best chance to impact health disparities. Additional funding could support all of these important projects. NRC has worked in Indian country for nearly 25 years, and we have the knowledge and capacity to fill more gaps on the reservations. We'd like to support more high-impact, sustainable projects that work toward real solutions rather than Band-Aids. We'd like to hear from donors who are interested in health, nutrition, and youth leadership development solutions. NRC would like to manage scholarship funds from other organizations that serve Native Americans because we're good at selecting the students who will succeed. And we'd like to educate the American public about the state of affairs in Indian country so they can make informed humanitarian and political decisions. For more information, please visit www.nrcprograms.org or call 1-800-416-8102. With your support, we can empower more change and inspire more hope for strong, self-sufficient American Indian communities.